Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So we will create this P2P cycle today again. P2P cycle, if you see, first we need to create a requisition and it has to be approved. Once the requisition is approved, we will create a purchase order and again purchase order also should be approved. Once the PO is approved, we will receive the material to our inventory. Then we will create a invoice. Once the invoice is created, we will make the payment to the supplier. Finally, we will transfer those invoice and payment related balances to GL. That's the P2P cycle.
What's that?
This is the P2P cycle. So let me go to the application now. Whenever you wanted to create a requisition, you need to go to the procurement section. Okay. Under this procurement, you can see the purchase requisitions. You need to click on this procurement. Under this procurement, you can click on this purchase requisitions. So this requisition is also called self-service procurement. Whenever you create a new requisition, the landing page, you can see this is called self-service procurement. Under the self-service procurement, you can create your requisitions. Whenever you require any goods or services from the suppliers, then you can create a requisition. Before creating a requisition, you can update your preferences here. Just click on these preferences. So what is your business unit name? So since I logged with this user, my user is, I'm using this user, Casey.Brown. So this is the user I'm using. For this user, the default requisitioning BU is US1 business unit and the requester name is Casey Brown. This guy is required some materials. So that's why I'm using this requester name. Delivered to location is Seattle. So the supplier has to send the materials to this location. So whatever the material we are ordering as part of this requisition, that has to be delivered to this address. Here you can see the complete address. 411 University, ST Seattle. This is the complete address, United States. And the destination type is inventory. These two are optional. Okay. So if you want to provide, you can provide. This charge account also optional. We will see what is this charge account, how to derive this charge account. We will see later. So this is the preferences. So whenever I create a requisition, these are my preferences. Automatically, the delivered to location is Seattle. This will get populated in my requisition. If you want to override at requisition creation level, you can override. This is only for your defaulting purpose. So I have set my preferences here. Each and every user have their own set of preferences. This user has preferences related to US1 business unit and the address. If someone user ordering from China, they may have a different delivered to address, different requisition view. Each and every user has its own preferences. So the purpose of this preferences is whenever we create a requisition, it will automatically default all these delivered to location and US1 business. So everything will be defaulted on your requisition. Now, if I want to create a new requisition, just click on this three dots. Just click on this three dots and also this page currently you're seeing, this is called Redwood page. This is not a ADF page. Earlier we have seen this, most of the forms in ADF technology. Now, Oracle is moving all these pages to Redwood. So how can you find whether this is a normal page or Redwood page? In the URL itself, you can see the in the URL itself, you can see the Redwood team. If you scroll to the right, here you can see Redwood. So wherever you see in the URL, which is called Redwood, then that page will be in the Redwood. If you don't see this Redwood here, that will be a standard ADF page. So you can see the pages both in Redwood and as well as in ADF. Let's complete the cycle using the Redwood pages. So this is my Redwood page. Whenever you want to create a new sales order, sorry, new requisition, just click on these three dots. Here you can see enter requisition line. Whenever you want to create a new requisition, just click on this enter requisition line. Here, do you want to select an item? Yes, I would like to select an existing item. My item is, for example, AS15125, which is a monitor. So this item I would like to procure from the supplier. This is my AS15125 is an item which is 19 widescreen LCD monitor I would like to procure from supplier. Just enter this. Now most of the fields auto defaulted here. You can see them. The line type is goods and category is monitors and requested delivery date is also defaulted. In case if we have any agreements, you can see that information also here. You can see the agreement also here. In case if we wanted to automatically convert this requisition into a PO, that time we need to populate this agreement. We will see later. We are requesting for one quantity and the price of this particular product is $33, which is in USD. So we have entered the required information to create a requisition. So we are trying to procure this item AS15125, which is LCD monitor. And how much quantity you are trying to procure? Only one quantity. And what is the price? What is the price and what is the currency? All these fields are auto populated here. Just click on the top right corner, you can see create and continue. I have entered my item details here. Just click on create and continue. Here you can see the delivery and billing details. So you are ordering this product, to which location you are expecting this product to be delivered. So this is my delivered to location, which is Seattle, and the complete address you can see. Supplier has to send the material to this deliver to address. Supplier has to send this material to this deliver to address. Just click on update. So this is your information. It already added to your cart. The total cost of this product is $33 and there is a tax also $3.14. Overall, the price is $36.14, which is fine. Just enable this. Go to the, before submitting this order, just check for the approvals. Just check for the approvals. Just click on these three dots. Before submitting a requisition, just check for the approvals. Who is the approver? Just click on view approvers. Here, I have set the approval as auto approve. We will see in a while how to set this as an auto approval. Since I already set this as auto approval, no need to get the approval from any of our business users. Okay, it will get automatically approved. So whenever you see this auto as your approval, which means this automatically the system will approve this particular requisition. In case if you don't see this auto, then someone has to approve this manually. So since it is auto approval now, just click on submit. There is a requisition number, copy this requisition number and click on submit. Now the requisition has been submitted for approval. See, requisition 204163 has been submitted for approval, which is 19 widescreen LCD monitor. Date submitted, we have submitted today, and this is pending approval now. This is pending approval. Just copy this requisition. This is my requisition. Currently, it's in pending approval. Just wait for some more time. Any questions so far, team? Just wait for some more time. So this is our requisition number. 204163 has been approved now. 204163 for one quantity of this 19 widescreen LCD monitor has been approved. Now the next step is step number 1. We just created a requisition and it is approved. Now I would like to process this requisition into a purchase order. For this liquidation, I have to process this. So the buyer will comes into the place and he will convert this liquidation into a PO. To create a PO, again go back to your procurement section, just click on purchasing. Just click on purchasing. Here you can see process requisitions. Just click on process requisitions. So here you can enter your requisition, which is 204163. Remove this buyer name. Just click on search. Make sure that you are under procurement BU US1 business unit. Just click on search. Now this requisition is appeared here, which is of 33 USD. Now I would like to process this requisition into a purchase order. Just click on add to document builder. Add to document builder. There are two ways to create a purchase order. You can directly create from PO page or you can process the requisition into a PO. Anything is fine. First we will see how to create a PO using an existing requisition. Then we will see how to create a PO manually in the PO form. We will see both the options. For now, I am processing this requisition, add to document builder. Now, we are trying to create a new purchase order here for this requisition. And what is the supplier? From which supplier you have to procure this material? I am using some Dell. Dell INC is my supplier name to procure this material. Just click on OK. I'm just entering my supplier information. Just click on OK. It automatically create a purchase order. Now, you can see under this right hand side, you can see all this information is available: supplier, supplier site, item, and all. Just click on create. The moment I click on create, it will automatically create a purchase order. Now, let's see. Now you can see the purchase order US 165322 was created. Just save it. Now click on OK. Now, before submitting this PO, just check for the approvals. Just check for the approvals. Before submitting this PO, just check for this approval. In this PO, system is automatically generating header section and line section and schedules also. Everything will be defaulted from your requisition. Whatever you have in your requisition, everything will be defaulted automatically whenever you process that specific requisitions. So this is the schedule information for $33. And this is our requested date as per the requisition. If I go to the lines, you can see the item information also here. AS15125 of one quantity, $33 is the price. So whatever you have in your requisition, everything will be carried over to your PO. And all these fields are auto defaulted. What you need to do is just check for the approvals, then click on submit. How the fields are auto populating and all, we will see in our upcoming classes. So if you see here, this requisition 204163, using this requisition, this PO has been created. So whenever you process the requisition, automatically it will populate your requisition number also here. So based on this requisition number, this PO is created. Our PO number is US 165322. Just click on manage approvals. Now this one also automatically approved. You can see application. Whenever it is say auto or application, which means it is auto approved. No need to approve from anyone. Automatically it will get approved. Just click on submit. Again, this PO also automatically approved now. Let's wait for some more time. Now you can see this is our PO number. US 165322. This PO is pending approval. Once it is approved, then it will change the status to open. Once it is approved, it will change the PO status to approved. As of now, we just submit it for approval. We just submit it for approval and it is under pending approval. Just wait for some more time. Just click on purchase orders. From here also you can query for this particular PO. Enter your PO number. Just click on sales. This PO is pending approval. Let's wait for some more time. Now this is open. Whenever it is approved, it will change the status to open, which means PO successfully approved. There is no issue with the approvals. It changes the status to open. Now, since this is open, supplier has to send the material to our inventory. Then we need to receive the material. The step number 3 is the first step we have created a requisition, and the second step we have created a purchase order, and the third step we need to receive the material to our inventory. To receive this material, again you can go back to your supply chain execution. Click on supply chain execution. Inventory management. Here you can see all this cycle, P2P cycle, we are doing in a redwood page scheme. Everything is in redwood. Earlier this page will be on ADF page. Now they have changed all these pages to redwood. Let's see how to create all these transactions, entire P2P cycle using the redwood pages. Just click on view all actions. Scroll down. There is a inbound shipments. Under this inbound shipments, expected shipment lines. Just click on this expected shipment lines. So make sure that you are under Seattle. So we are using the 4 different elements here. Like we are using our BU as US1 business unit. And the item is AS15125. And the organization is Seattle. Okay, our supplier is Alliance. So these are the elements we are using to complete this P2P cycle. So since we are at Seattle inventory org, make sure that the inventory org name should be Seattle. Just remove these dates. You can enter your item, which is AS15125, or you can query with your purchase order numbers also, up to you. So this is my AS15125. Our document number here you can see US165322. So this is the PO number US165322. We need to receive the material to our inventory. So of one quantity, here you can see one quantity. Supplier has sent the material to our inventory organization. We need to receive the material to our inventory. Just select this row, click on receive. Select this row, just click on receive. Select this row again. Here you need to populate your sub-inventory also. Just edit this. To which sub-inventory you wanted to receive this material. I have different sub-inventories in Seattle. So under which sub-inventory you wanted to receive this material. I would like to use my sub-inventory name as stores. Just click on done. So once you enter your sub-inventory name here, what we are trying to do here is we are just receiving the material to our inventory. Supplier has sent the goods to our inventory. Now we are trying to receive them. So I just enable this checkbox and I have populated my stores as my sub inventory. Just click on create receipt. Now I would like to create a receipt because whenever we receive the material to our inventory, we need to create a receipt also. Just click on create receipt. Here, if you want to provide under which shipment method you have received, what is the shipment date, shipment number, and bill of lading number, all these are optional. In case if you want to populate, you can populate. If you want to provide any notes, all these are optional. If you don't want to provide, there is no issue. Just click on submit. It will generate one receipt number. It will generate one receipt number. So once we're done with our receiving, just go back to your PO and check the status of the PO. What could be the desired status of the PO now, team? So since we have received the material, earlier it was in open status. Now what could be the status of the PO now? Anyone?
Closed.
Closed. Any other guessing? Any other guess?
Closed for receiving.
Yeah, it should be closed for receipt. So remove this buyer and all. Just click on search. Now the status of this PO is closed for receiving. Just click on this PO. Now whatever we ordered, everything we received and delivered also done. If I click on this view details, you can see the receipt number also here. Under which receipt we have received this. So we have received $33 quantity and delivered also $33 quantity and still is pending for invoice. There is no invoice details. As of now, we received the goods. Whatever we have ordered 33, received 33, delivered also done. Now we need to create an invoice also. Once we create this invoice, then the status of the PO will be closed for invoicing, then it will change the status to closed.
So, Santosh, where we are giving the sub inventory or any details?
While receiving the material.
Only receipt got created now.
See, we have two different types of receiving methods. We will see later, okay? I don't want to confuse you guys here. While receiving the material, we have two-way, three-way, four-way. Okay? So here, in this case, we are using two-way, which means both receiving and delivery will be done in a single transaction. That's why we need to provide a sub-inventory. If it is a three-way, first we need to receive the material, then we need to do the put away. Two transactions we need to do. If it is a four-way, we need to do three transactions. Receive, then inspection, then put away. What is the difference between these three? We will see later.
So now we did two-way, right?
Two-way.
So
Because
in the delivery part, we haven't given the sub-inventory, right? In the delivery part, we haven't given any sub-inventory, right?
See, that's what I'm telling. Both delivery and receiving happen in a single transaction.
Yeah. So where it will receive? I mean, the goods now it's showing received and delivered. But ideally, where
it will be stored in the sub inventory called stores.
Okay, default.
That's why we are giving while creating the receive line, we are providing the sub inventory name also. See, up to business, okay, how they wanted to receive the materials. If they wanted to use three-way, first they have to receive the material into the staging area. Then they will move the goods to the corresponding sub-inventory. So that should be the ideal scenario. Okay. In this case, what we are doing as a two-way, which means direct. So there is no staging area. Directly we are keeping the material to our sub-inventory.
Okay.
Got it.
And which role required, Santosh, for requisition creation and order creations?
We'll let you know. So there are multiple roles required. I will share you. I think I already shared this sheet with you.
Yeah. That list is there.
So now this PO is closed for receiving. What is our next step, team? The next step is we need to create a payable invoice. Since we have received the material, Now we need to create an invoice and we need to make the payment to our supplier. So whenever you receive the goods, the next steps would be payable invoice creation. I would like to create an invoice now. Just click on home. Just click on payments. Under this payables, there is an invoice and payments. First, we need to create an invoice. Then we have to make the payment to our supplier. Let me create an invoice first. Once you receive the goods to your inventory, the next step should be creating of invoice, which is payable invoice. Just click on invoices. Here also you can see multiple options. Just click on create invoice. Now you can enter your PO number also. If you want to create a invoice, you can enter your PO number. Automatically it will fetch all the lines, whatever you have in your PO. Now I would like to copy this PO and enter it here. The moment I entered my PO number, automatically it's populating the supplier site and legal entity, everything is populated. Now I need to give my invoice number here. What is your invoice number? BT63 INV1, for example. This is my invoice number. You can give any number, team, up to you. This is my invoice number. What could be the amount here, team? How much money to enter here?
36.4.
33, for example, I'm entering, okay? I'm entering only the product cost. I'm not entering any
Taxes.
tax. Okay, let's see what will happen. Now, once I enter this, if you want to provide any description for this invoice, you can enter anything. Just click on match invoice lines. There is a underline section. There is a match invoice lines. Just click on this arrow. Automatically, it will fetch the information from your PO. So whatever the PO we have entered at the header level, automatically it will fetch all these lines information, which is okay. Apply and okay. Now the line is automatically defaulted here based on your PO. So whatever the lines we have in our PO, the same lines will be copied to your invoice. So no need to enter all this manually if you use this identifying PO. Or if you want to create all these lines manually, also up to you. Now I have created this invoice. Once you create this invoice, just click on save. Now if you see here, it's saying not validated. Whenever you create an invoice, it has to be validated. In case if you enable approvals, then it has to be approved also. Approvals are not mandatory for invoice. The first step, we need to validate this. Just click on actions, click on validate. Now it is saying needs revalidation. Some issue is there. Let's see what is that issue. So we have given the amount as 33. So it's saying needs revalidation. Just click on this. Here you can see the holes. Line variance is applied. It is saying that your header amount is not matching with your line. Just click on this one here. Total of invoice line doesn't equal to invoice amount. We have passed the invoice amount as $33, but it's the line amount is different. Let's see what is the line amount. And if you click on this view holes, just click on holes. It's applied one hold also. Total of invoice line doesn't equal to your invoice line. Automatically it's saying one hold is also applied on this existing invoice. Clear so far, team? Anyone has any questions? So now we can see the total is 36.14. As part of this PO, the total amount it is saying is 36.14, but we are creating this invoice for $33. Because of this reason, it is applying the hold. So unless it's matched with the line amount and header amount, it will not allow you to process this invoice. So I need to adjust this amount now. 36.14. I need to enter it here. Click on save. $36.14. I am entering it here. Just click on save and go to actions and validate. Now you can see this is validated, which means the amount is matching with your header amount and line amount. And if you click on this validated here, everything is 0. So there are no holes, all are passed. We have created invoice now. We have created invoice. So this invoice number is BT63INV1. BT63INV1. Now I would like to make the payment to the supplier. The next step is once we create this invoice, our next step is make the payment to the suppliers. So from this screen, I can make the payment. Just click on invoice actions, pay in full. Go to invoice actions, pay in full. Here you can enter your bank account, from which account you want to pay. I'm using this US1 account, and the payment process profile I'm using here is PayPal, for example. I would like to use this bank account, and the payment process profile is PayPal. Just click on submit. Automatically, it will create one payment number. This is my payment. For this $36.14 has been created. You can enter that payment also here. Now, once you're done with this, you can post this invoice and payment balances to GL. Click on invoice actions. There is a option called post to ledger. Just click on this post to ledger. The accounting has been completed. If you wanted to see the accounting for this invoice, just click on view accounting. Here you can see accrual account is debited and liability account is credited. Accrual, whenever you create an invoice, accrual account will be debited and liability account will be credited. So just click on done. Now save and close. We have done with the invoice part. Now I am going back to my payment. This payment also has to be transferred to your GL. Just click on this home button again. Click on payments. Now manage payments. Since we already created a payment using invoice screen, I would like to query with this payment number. Now you can see this payment number. Just click on this. So this is the payment. Now I would like to transfer. As of now, the accounting status is unaccounted. I would like to do the accounting also for this one. Just click on actions, post to ledger. Now the accounting has been completed. Just click on view accounting. Liability is debited and cash clearing is credited. Whenever you do the payment, the liability will be debited and cash clearing will be credited. These are the accounting entries. So the invoice level we are getting one account, and at a payment level also we are getting different account. Accrual to liability and liability to cash clearing. These are the two accounts we are getting when we do a invoice and a payment. Now we have posted this. Just click on done. Refresh this. Just click on this payment number again. Now this accounting status is accounted, you can see. Now the accounting status, earlier it was unaccounted. Now it is accounted. Just click on actions, view accounting. Just expand this. Here you will see the accounting period, under which period the balances are transferred to GL, and what is the journal batch name, and what is the journal entry. Everything you can see. So I would like to copy this journal batch name here. Just click on done. Now I would like to open this batch in GL. Go back to your general accounting. Here you can see general accounting. Just click on journals. Just click on journals. If you want to see the batch details, how it is get posted, just click on this task pane. Here you can see manage journals, the first one. Just click on manage journals. So currently we are at accounting period August in 2026. You can enter your batch journal batch name. You can enter it here. Just click on search. Now here you can see 826 payments. It's automatically posting into the secondary ledger also as per the finance setup. Just click on this 826 payments. Now you can see this journal has been posted for this $36.14. So if you wanted to see under which transaction it has posted, we can backtrack this source transaction also from here. So as of now, the batch status is posted, completion status is completed. And if I click on this debit transaction here, just click on this, it will take you to the actual transaction caused for this entry. So this is our payment number, 8986, our payment number. If I click on view transaction from here, it will take you to the invoice number also. BT63 INB for this invoice, and against this purchase order, we created this invoice and we made the payment also fully paid. So for this one, it's created this journal entry for 36.13. If you click on this invoice number, you can view it. For this 36.14, everything is done. So we successfully created the requisition and we processed that requisition into a PO. Then we have received the materials to our inventory. Then we created an invoice and we have created the payment also. Once the invoice and payment is created, we have transferred the balances to GL. Finally, you can review all those balances in the journal screen. Whatever the amount you have created as part of your PO, everything will be debited and credited. If you want to backtrack those transactions also from GL also, you can backtrack. This is the entire P2P cycle thing. Any more questions? Any more questions from anyone team? So now
Clear, Santosh.
what could be the status of the PO now?
It will be closed now.
It will be closed. Let's see. So I'm entering my PO number here. Just click on search. Why it is not showing team? Here you can see includes closed documents you have, right? It should be set to yes because this PO is already closed. If you wanted to see the closed PO, this should be set to yes. If it is an open PO, you can say it as no. Since this PO is already closed, you need to mention this include closed documents should be yes. Just click on search. Now the status of this PO is closed. If I click on my order number here, you can see all those invoice information, receipt information, everything you can see. Order completed, received, delivered, invoice also completed. Just click on view details here. The receipt section you can see, received, delivered, and invoice number also you can use. Clear team? Any more questions? If I click on this invoice, you can see those invoice details. So here it is also showing the payment status also here. Paid 36.2. This is nothing but your complete P2P cycle. All good team? Any more questions on this? Now you can see the status. Everything is closed. Okay. So this is one side of the coin. As of now, what we discussed is one side of the coin. What is the other side of the coin is costing part. We have a costing part. Whatever we created so far, it's just like a normal cycle, and we have some accounting entries for invoice and payment. But for receipt also we have some accounting entries that has to be covered as part of your costing part. So if I open this Excel sheet, for example, these are the accounting entries for your P2P cycle team. Whenever you work for any P2P cycle, these are the accounting entries. Whenever I receive the goods, the receiving inspection will be debited and accrual account will be credited. Whenever we deliver the goods, which means from staging area to actual sub inventory, whenever we move the goods from staging area to actual sub inventory, inventory valuation will be debited and receiving inspection will be credited. So once we deliver the goods to our inventory, the next step we are doing is invoice creation. So once we create an invoice, debit accrual will be debited and liability will be credited. We already saw that. And whenever I do the payment, liability to cash clear. These are the accounting entries we have for your P2P cycle. So we already covered this invoice accounting part and payment accounting part. What about this receiving and delivered to goods? So these two accounting entries we would like to see now. To generate these two accounting entries, we need to make use of the costing. Clear team? Let's see how to generate these two accounting entries. Shall we go ahead, team?
Yes, Santosh.
Now, costing part. So whenever you create a transaction which is related to your inventory or purchasing receipts, account alias receipt, miscellaneous receipt, anything that has to be costed. So to move any transaction to your costing, we have multiple programs. The first one is transfer transactions from inventory to costing. This is one scheduled process. The next one is transfer transactions from receiving to costing, another program. The third program is transfer transactions from production to cost. So these are the three programs we should use as per your SCM cycle. So what is this inventory to costing? Whenever I do any kind of inventory transactions, I have to run this program to move my all those inventory related transactions to costing module. If you don't run this program, you will not be able to create any kind of accounting entries related to your costing. The next program, receiving to costing. Whenever you create a purchase order receipts, we need to run this program to move my purchasing related transactions to which is we are receiving to our inventory that has to be costed. To cost those transactions, we need to run this program receiving to costing. The third one, production to costing, which means whenever you do any kind of manufacturing, you are preparing some materials as part of your manufacturing. So if you want to cost all those materials as part of your manufacturing process, the third program we need to run. So these are the three programs, very, very important programs. If you don't run these three programs, you will not be able to see your costing accounting entries for those transactions. Make sure that this transaction has to be scheduled in your production environment to move all your material transactions to costing side. In production, these three will be the scheduled process run for every 15 minutes or 20 minutes up to your business need. So, but whenever we create any transactions, it automatically move your corresponding transactions to costing. This is step number one. Clear thing? So once we run these programs, let's say for example, we created one PO here, right? For this PO, if I go to the review completed transactions, if I open this review completed transactions for this PO, the costing status will be pending interface to cost. the initial status of my transaction. Whenever I do any kind of receiving, for example, in this case, we have received this PO. The initial status of this particular transaction will be pending interface to costing. Once I run this program, inventory to costing and receiving to costing, it will change this costing status to interface to costing. So initially, whenever you do any kind of transaction, whether you do miscellaneous receipt, miscellaneous issue, cycle count adjustment, or account alias issue, account alias receipt, any kind of transactions you do, the initial status for your costing status will be pending interface to costing. Until unless you run this program, it will be under this pending interface to costing. Once you run these programs, then it will change the costing status to interface to cost, which means still the last costing is not yet completed, but it will move your corresponding transactions to costing interface. Clear so far?
Yes, Sundar.
Now,
So costed flag N is first one. Then newly introduced is interface to
it's like your AR invoice, right? So whenever you do the ship confirmation, the records will be shipped under interface tables, right? Before creating the actual invoice.
Correct.
So here also the costing status, initially it was pending interface to costing, then interface to costing, which means it will still sit in some interface tables itself.
Okay.
Now, once you've done this, we need to run the receipt accounting. Whenever you create a PO, you need to run the receipt accounting. Create receipt accounting distributions. This is the another program we need to run. Your receipt accounting actual distributions. Whatever you are seeing it here, right? Receiving inspection and accrual account, that will be completed once you run this create receipt accounting distributions. So once these accounting entries are generated, there is one more program called create accounting. Under this program, you need to run your module name as receipt accounting. This is one part. First step is you need to run all these programs. Second step is make sure that the costing status has been changed to interface to costing. The third step is you need to run the receipt accounting distributions for your PO. To create your receipt accounting entries, you need to run this create receipt accounting distributions. It will generate these two entries. These two entries, again, it has to be transferred to GL. Then you need to run your create accounting. Once this run, while submitting this program, you need to pass your module name as receipt account. Once this is done, you can see those accounting entries under this review accounting, receipt accounting distributions. This is the next step. This is again a three-step process. First, you need to run the create accounting distributions. Once this is done, you need to run the create accounting. Then you can review those accounting information using this receipt accounting distributions. So this is for your first part to generate these first two accounts. To generate these first two accounts, you need to run these programs. To generate this inventory valuation and receiving inspection details, we have another program called cost accounting. Create cost accounting distributions. Again, once this is done, we need to run the create accounting again. And the module we need to pass here as cost management. Once this is done, you can review the cost accounting distributions. To see the complete accounting. Whatever you have, this inventory valuation and receiving inspection, everything you can see under this review cost accounting distributions. Clear so far, team? Any more questions? Very, very tricky part. No one will explain you all this. Costing part, whenever you do the any kind of transactions, first you need to run these two programs. Transfer transactions from inventory to costing, receiving to costing, and production to costing. Once this is completed, make sure that your costing status has to be changed to interface to costing. Then we need only for PO, we need to run the receipt accounting. To create a receipt accounting, you need to run this create receipt accounting distributions. Then you need to run the create accounting using this module name. Then finally, you can review the accounting distributions. It will give you these accounting entries. Once this is done, the deliver of goods will be seen under this cost accounting module. For this, you need to run the create cost accounting distributions. Then you need to run the accounting. And finally, you can review those accounting entries here. Clear thing? Any more questions? Shall we run all these programs, team? Or do you want me to explain one more time? Any questions?
I'm clear. If anyone has any doubts, they can ask.
Okay, that's fine. Now I'm going to the application again. So now I would like to check supply chain execution, inventory management, see someone change it to Atlanta. Make sure that you are under Seattle. Now scroll down, click on view all actions. Somewhere you can see inventory transactions team. Just click on inventory transactions. You can query this by, say, for example, completed transactions. So let's say what is this transaction, for example, just click on this source reference. This is our PO number, right? US15, US165322. I think this is our PO number, US165322. For this one, if I scroll down, you can see the transaction cost status as pending interface to costing. This is what I'm talking about. Pending interface to costing. Initially, whenever we create any transaction which is related to purchase order receipts, the initial status of this particular PO is pending interface to costing. Now we need to run the costing programs. Once we run the costing programs, it will change the status from pending interface costing to interface to costing. Let's run those two programs. Go to tools, scheduled process, schedule new process. Transfer transactions from inventory to costing. Select your cost organization as US operations. Just click on submit. Let's wait for this program to complete. Now this is completed. and success. Now I would like to run another program called transfer transactions from receiving to costing. Just click on submit. So once these two programs are completed, what is the status of your review completed transaction team? Earlier it was pending interface to costing. Now it should change the status to interface to costing. Let's see. Let's wait for this program to complete. Now you can see succeeded. So which means both programs are completed. Now I would like to check my transaction status. What is the status of my transaction? Go to supply chain execution, and under this, click on inventory management. Scroll down, click on view all actions, go to inventory transactions. Just click on completed transactions. Now for this one, just click on this transaction 501624. Now the status of this transaction cost status changed to interface to costing. Earlier it was pending interface to costing. Now it was interface to costing. So all these transactions are now sits under this interface tables of costing. Now we need to run the receipt accounting related details. I'm going back to my receipt accounting now. Supply chain execution. Under this supply chain execution, just click on receipt accounting. Just click on receipt accounting. Make sure that you are under ES1 business unit. Here you can see create receipt accounting distributions. I would like to run this create receipt accounting distributions. Just click on this. So what is your business unit? I would like to pass my business unit as ES1 business unit. Just click on submit. Once this program is completed, you can see those first two accounting entries here. You can see these first two, receiving inspection and accrual account, let's see. Give many more questions so far. Anyone has any questions, team? I'm going to the tools. Let's check what is the status of my receipt accounting distributions. Now this create receipt accounting distribution is running. Nilima Seshu, Naidu, and Vinay, are you following, team?
Yeah, Santosh.
Yes, Santosh.
Now I am generating the receipt accounting distributions. Now this is success. So I would like to verify the distributions for this receipt accounting now. Go to supply chain execution again. Inventory management. Not this one. Receipt accounting. I would like to. So since we ran the receipt accounting distributions, I would like to review this. Just click on this receipt accounting distributions. Here you need to pass your item or source document number. You can pass anything. Let's say I would like to pass my item, which is AS15125. Just enter. So this is the one. Our P1 number is US165322. This is our source document number and P1 number. And this is our AS15125. Just click on this. Just click on this. View details. Just highlight this row. Just click on this checkbox and click on view details here. Here you can see accrual account and receiving inspection. So these two are populated here. So as per our Excel sheet, receiving inspection and accrual account. These two accounts you can see, accrual and receiving inspection. So these are the $33. The first one is accrual and the second one is receiving inspection, $33. Remaining are related to tax and all things like tax country, tax cities, tax state, because they have segregated different tax purpose. So the first two entries are related to your product, $33. So one account is accrual and another one is receiving inspection. If I click on journal lines, so as of now, these journal entries are not yet populated. We need to post this to GL also. To post this GL, I can go back to your main screen. There is a create accounting. There is a create accounting here, you can see. Just click on this create accounting. So the subledger application you need to pass here is receipt accounting. You need to pass here is receipt accounting. You need to select your ledger, which is US ledger. I'm passing this US primary ledger. All these are auto populated here. No need to change anything here. Just click on submit. Once I submit this, you can see the complete journal entry from the review receipt accounting distributions. Just click on submit. It will run a couple of programs team. Go to tools and if you wanted to verify them, you can verify. Just click on tools. Scheduled process. Just refresh. Now it will run the create accounting process. This create accounting process is running now. It is kicking some other programs. Just refresh. Now this create accounting still in running. Now this is completed team, which is involving that file. Now I would like to review this. Again, go to review cost accounting distributions. Review accounting distributions. Just click on this. Remove this date. Enter your item AS15125. Select this. Enter.
And check that unaccounted.
Yeah, final account address. AS15125. So just click on this. View details. Somewhere you can see the journal accounting details also. Just click on this view, journal lines. These redwood pages are so much confusing because they are keep on changing these pages. So if you see this, the receiving inspection and accrual account. For this $33, receiving inspection is debited and accrual account is credited. If I go back to my first entry, whenever I do the material receiving, the first entry, receiving inspection, which is debited, and accrual account is credited. So this is the first part of your entry. To populate this entry, you need to follow this entire process. Transfer programs and create receipt accounting distributions, and you need to run the create account. The final accounting will be sit under this account, which is called accounting inspection, receiving inspection, and accrual account. The first part is done. Clear thing?
Now receiving is completed, right?
Not receiving the first part. Within the
Receiving part.
Now deliver the goods is still pending. We need to populate these two accounting entries also. Okay. To populate this two, we need to go to the supply chain execution again. So we have done with receipt accounting. Now we need to go to the cost accounting. Just click on this cost accounting. Make sure that you are under US operations. Now I need to run the for example, cost processing run control. Just click on this. I would like to run this first one. I would like to run the first one. Just click on run now. Process is submitted. It will run your create cost accounting distributions. Just go to the tools. There are so many changes when we compare this page with the ADF page.
As it is scheduled, we can't run it directly from schedule process.
See, basically, for this cost accounting and all, they have provided a separate menu. You can run it from that schedule process also. Tools and schedule process. Just click on refresh. Now this create cost accounting distribution is triggered, which is in running status. Once this program is completed, you can see those another entries like inventory valuation and receiving inspection. That's it. It will also get multiple programs team. Let's wait for them to complete. Okay, since it's completed with warning, that is fine. Create cost accounting distributions. Now I would like to review these distributions now. Go back to your home page. Go to supply chain execution again. Cost accounting. Here also you can see the cost accounting distributions. Costing transactions and distributions. Just click on this. I would like to check by item number. Enter your item number AS15125. Enter it here. You can enter your cost organization, which is US operations. Cost book you can enter. Financial. Period is 8/26. So this is the transaction. Now you can see the P1 number is US165,322. This is ours. Just click on this. View distributions. It is not accounted. Still not accounted, but fully costed. Costing part is done, but still the GL part is pending. Just click on view distributions. Here you can see the second entry. Inventory valuation to receiving inspection. Inventory valuation to receiving inspection. So it has generated the costing entries related to your inventory valuation and receiving inspection. Now I need to run the create accounting. Just click on this create accounting. This time I need to pass my module name as cost management. Ledger you can select as US primary ledger. So remaining or you can give as is, just click on submit. Once this create accounting program is completed, you can see those journal entries also related to those two entries, inventory valuation and receiving inspection. You can see those two. Let's wait for this program to complete. Now this create accounting is triggered. Let's wait for some more time. Is it difficulty? How are you feeling? Is it difficult or okay?
Still reconciliation issues are coming or not, Santosh? Is it reduced anything with Fusion?
There are so many reconciliation issues.
Still there, oh God. Because they haven't changed the structure. It is copy
So
paste.
many.
So issues will be there.
Every month end we are getting
Mm.
too many issues on this reconciliation point. But going forward, they are providing some AI agents, okay,
Mm-hmm.
so for this reconciliation. We are
Okay.
eagerly waiting for them.
Yeah, I heard the
Hmm.
design is progress.
Create accounting is completed. Now go back to your, I just like to refresh this page. Go to cost accounting. So if I go to cost transactions and distributions, again I would like to query with my item number. Enter your item number KS15125. Enter your cost organization as US operations. Cost as financials. And period is 8/26. Now it is fully costed and fully accounted also the second PO. Just highlight this. And view distributions. If you wanted to see the journal entries for this one, just click on this view. So this is the inventory valuation and receiving inspection. Inventory valuation is debited and the receiving inspection is credited. So this is how we can populate your receiving entries also using the cost management. We need to run multiple programs to generate this receiving inspection accrual account and inventory valuation and receiving inspection. Clear, team? And the remaining two we already covered, accrual and liability. Let's see. So the invoice which we created for this PO is, I'm going back to my payments, which is payables. Just open your invoice. This is my invoice. Go to manage invoices. Invoice number is here. Just click on invoice number. Go to actions. And action, just click on validated. Just click on accounted. Accrual and liability. These two we already completed. Here you can say accrual and liability.
Yeah.
Accrual and liability. And the last one, when we do the payment, liability to cash clearing, that also we will see. Go to manage payments. Enter your payment number, which is 8986. Click on payment number here. Go to actions, view accounting, liability to cash clearing. So the last accounting is liability to cash clearing. So all these accounting entries, one of the interview question thing. If we explain all these accounts and how they are getting populated, then it should be fair enough. Some of the interviews you may get this question also. Tell me about P2P accounting entries. Then you should say at the time of receiving inspection will be debited and accrual account will be credited. After delivering the goods, there is a cost accounting, inventory valuation, and receiving inspection will be credited. Invoice, at the time of invoice creation, accrual will be debited and liability will be credited. And payment, liability to cash clear. Clear thing? All good? This is all about your
Santosh,
P2P
if the
cycle.
processes are scheduled, then we need not to run manually these programs, right?
Which programs? Everything is
Those
auto scheduled here. No need to run any of these programs.
those transfer to
Everything,
costed.
everything. All these
Okay.
costing programs are scheduled.
Okay.
The only thing you need to do is, in case if there are any costing errors or something
Yeah.
happened, then we need to dig up. Where exactly it gets done.
Mm.
Okay, that's all for today, team. Tomorrow we will start configuring the procurement related stuff.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. So shall we try for any weekend class, Santosh?
Weekend. I have another batch at weekend.
Evening time, tomorrow evening, like that.
Nilima, I don't know, Shiva and Vijay are
Uh,
there, right? Yeah.
anyhow, they will not be there
Today,
session
yeah,
today.
this week it may not be possible, but yeah, we'll see.
Because it's delaying, right? Maybe next week we can.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
check with them and see if
Mm.
next week or sometime.